So this person says, skull emoji, laughing face emoji. The backwalking and desperation is priceless. First, it's Doge isn't real. Then, Doge isn't stopping waste. Then, there will be no checks. Now it's not $5,000. No, there is no backwalking. I'll break it down for you one more time so hopefully you can understand it. First, Doge isn't a real agency because real federal agencies require an act of Congress. In order to create a federal agency like the Department of Defense or the Department of Education or the Department of Homeland Security, it takes an act of Congress. A president cannot unilaterally create nor abolish any federal agency. Congress has to do that. And Congress has not created Doge. As a matter of fact, the last federal department that Congress authorized was the Department of Homeland Security after 9/11. That's the last federal department to be created in this country. So Doge isn't a real federal agency. The next thing you said is, I said Doge isn't stopping waste. They might be, I don't know. But they haven't shown us where they're stopping the waste. They claim to have shown, or they claim to have saved $40 billion in waste. Where is it? Detail it for us. Where did you save the $40 billion? And just because they're not a real agency doesn't mean that they're not talking to Donald Trump and saying, here's where waste is, tell him to cut this. Here's where this is, tell him to cut that. It doesn't mean that the Republicans that are in these agencies aren't scared shitless of Donald Trump and President Elon Musk, and therefore will still do whatever Elon Musk tells them to, even though he's not officially able to do that, even though he's not illegally able to do that. Then you said there will be no checks. I still believe there will be no checks. I don't think that they're sending every taxpayer a check. I think that it's a carrot to be dangled in front of dumbasses to get them to think that they're going to get a $5,000 check. And if you think you're going to get a $5,000 check, why don't you go ahead and spend it now? It's already in the mail, man. Just go ahead and put it on the card. That check's coming. Don't worry about it. And then you said, then I went on to say it's not going to be 5,000. No, I said that's what Trump wants it to be. Everybody out there is floating this rumor that every American taxpayer is going to get somewhere between the neighborhood of $8,000 and $250,000, which the numbers are just staggering. To send every American taxpayer a check for $250,000 is mind-blowing. To send every American taxpayer a check for $8,000 is mind-blowing. To send every person who filed a return, not even taking into consideration that multiple people are on one return, like my wife and I are on one return. If you just take the number of tax returns filed and you multiply that times $5,000, you get somewhere in the neighborhood of $770 billion. You think that the federal government is going to write $770 billion worth of checks to the American people because they found $40 billion in waste. If that's what you believe, then you're one of the people that are just dumb enough to believe this shit. I haven't changed my positions at all. Doge isn't a real agency. I don't believe they're finding actual waste. They're just telling people within the government to cut programs they don't like. I don't think we're getting a check, and if we do get a check for $5,000, we're all going to be in debt up to our eyeballs 10 times more than we already are, and it isn't going to change your life. It's going to change some people's lives in the short term. What are you going to do with your $5,000 check if you get it? My wife and I will turn around and use it to take a vacation, just to kind of stick it up Trump's ass. We'll go on a vacation with it and have some fun with it. Go to a foreign country and spend all that money. Maybe one full of brown or black people. But no, there is no backwalking. All of my positions are the same. Can't wait to hear your position when and if you don't get this check.